Morning, Bones.
Hey, Padre,
All right, man.
anything new over in your world that you
Well,
found out?
what I kind of been looking at, here we are 9 days after the brutal assassination of Charlie Kirk, and we do know that the shooter was arrested, has been to court. He has made statements saying that he acted alone with no help from anybody, yet the investigation is ongoing. They're not excluding the possibility that there were co-conspirators. We don't know to what degree they conspired, whether it was just verbally, whether there were other people at the scene helping out, what it is that was going on with it. I know they're looking into one group particular out of Salt Lake City called the Armed Queers Salt Lake City. That's a trans militia that apparently was
Wow,
formed a while back. They're looking into
wow.
them for possible involvement.
Wonder,
Um,
I wonder how many. I wonder how many members are in the trans
you know they
trans.
talk about the group, but I've seen nothing about number. They give the name of the founding person, uh, one of those unpronounceable names that is a transgender. Um, Apparently, several people have been identified through his Discord communications that are suspected of possibly being involved. Now, is this just they're trying to push him into it, or are they actually conspiring? Were they actually involved? We don't know. They're keeping the investigation pretty close to the vest, as they should at this point.
Right.
We do know that the 71-year-old gentleman that tried to confess as a distraction at the scene was arrested for obstructing and also on child pornography charges. The background on this guy, apparently he has been at several different events, not necessarily Charlie Kirk, but has been disruptive and arrested prior at other events. It appears that he's just an older gentleman trying to gain fame for something before he passes. He may have hit it with this one. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know on that, but everybody seems to be searching for a 5 minutes of fame on the left side of things. Um, for myself, I listen to the facts on what's coming out on Charlie. The things that we know for a fact. Rather than all of the rhetoric stuff that's coming up in social media, memes and whatnot, and generated AI. We talk about that a lot, but I try to, if I can't see truth in it within a few minutes trying to research, I'm pretty much done with it until something else comes out.
Well,
Um, but-
and there are a ton of people, like you said, people trying to get their 5 minutes of fame, coming out claiming to be experts on things. Uh, Throwing out their research, slowed down video, um, statements being made that are obviously false. You read that one person said this and is doing this and claims to have got a text from Charlie Kirk just moments before, and then you 2 minutes later see the same exact wording, but it's about somebody else. And these are all famous people, uh, and it's all AI generated. You go to their specific Instagrams, and there's no mention of any of this stuff. There's a lot of false narrative being put out with people trying to get their 2 seconds of fame. A lot of AI generated video um, that you try to dig into it, and it leads you nowhere. So be very careful, people, and don't
that
spread the false narrative.
right. Don't spread it. Don't speak it. Don't. If you look at it the shooter and his uh, position on what Charlie Kirk was and or did in a real negative, and he was hateful towards Charlie for reasons. But most of it is because of the AI generated crap. Snippets taken from speeches and pushed by other people, not looking at the whole picture and finding out what it's all about. That's where he got his anger from,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
uh, I'm angry because people fall into it, you
Well,
know.
exactly. I'm asked questions daily about, hey, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Well, you know what? I've seen the same stuff you have, but as I look into it, I don't find any truth in it.
Right.
So yes, I've heard it. I'm hearing and seeing all this information come out. The investigation's ongoing, folks. They are looking to see if there's co-conspirators. There are things in this case that aren't your average or your normal reactions in these type of investigations. I mean, immediately you have the trans boyfriend cooperating with police. You've got all the people that were identified on his Discord account that have turned around and are cooperating with police, and to have everybody in his circle turn on him immediately and start giving up information is very unusual.
Yeah, and that might be a positive thing in the investigation too. I just get upset with people. They're being conditioned on the short takes, the short movies, the short versions that don't contain the information. I'll call
Mm-hmm.
it conditioning because I firmly believe that's what it is. It's like some of our videos are lengthy in conversation over things that we talk about, and I find that people are for a short period of time and scanning through it and not paying attention to everything that's going on. Um,
Right.
I encourage people. I encourage people to pay attention to everything that is going on.
Well, one of the big things, and a lot of the accusations and the negative being made toward Charlie Kirk, they're doing exactly that. They're taking one line and throwing it out of context, and I'm seeing a lot of people coming on defending it, saying, "Yeah, that was said, but use the entire quote." And they bring the entire quote and put it out there to set somebody straight. So it has awakened a lot of young minds to start investigating truth. This is the positive that is starting to come. I read a quote the other day that I would like to share with you all when we talk about Charlie Kirk. I thought it was very fitting. It said, "A measure of a man is the number of people he serves."
That's a powerful quote. That's a real powerful quote.
It
Looking
is.
at it, so the number of people that Charlie served in his effort to bring out the truth alive is it speaks for itself. Yet after his assassination, you could take a look what's happened and the growth that's involved in his movement um, to bring out the truth.
And that's the thing. He touched so many lives while he was alive, but in his death, the turning point is receiving a plethora of requests for people to follow and to join. You've got high schools all across the country that are asking to be official turning point clubs in their schools. You've got, I think it was in the first 2 days, over 50,000 requests to join Charlie Kirk's social medias and follow up on what he's saying, the majority of these have been identified as high school students. This gives me hope for our future that maybe the youth are waking up and want to
I seen
seek
that.
the truth.
I seen that in the high schools, and I couldn't help but get a warm, fuzzy feeling that United States has a chance to become the greatest nation in the world again.
Well, exactly. And it, he preached traditional values. He was a follower of Jesus Christ. He he backed what he said biblically, he backed what he said factually. And I think that's what people are starting to see. He wasn't out there trying to spread any false narrative. He was expressing his views and debating them with any and everybody that wanted to debate it with him in a calm manner. He wanted to speak about it, uh, and I've seen the meme come out. Well, not the meme; it's just been showing up a lot. The statement, uh, "Oh, you want to talk about what's going on? Well, we saw what you did to the last guy."
Right,
Um,
right.
but the positive end of it is how many people are now viewing and reviewing Charlie Kirk's messages in their entirety so that they're not being
It
misled by partial
it's
quotes.
growing in leaps and bounds, you know. So uh, that in itself is a really good thing. I'm glad that that's happening. Um, Hope the message can get out to everybody, you know, in the world. I hope they can see it. I hope everybody can have Charlie's name on the end of their tongue in a positive manner.
Well, exactly. And again, I, if people would just look into what they're seeing, stop spreading the false narratives, investigate what it is you're looking at, and get to the truth. I'm sure the investigation is ultimately going to get to the truth, and we'll know if Tyler Robinson acted alone or if there were co-conspirators. Uh, we'll get to the bottom of that. The information will come out. In the meantime, stop spreading false narratives. Um,
I
Stop buying
agree. Yeah.
into all the rhetoric. Let's look at the positive end of it. Again, the focus is Charlie Kirk, the man, his value and his measure being the number of people he served. Uh, he died for his beliefs, and those values and beliefs are now being spread. So the number of people that his message is going to serve is astronomical.
It is.
This is what needs to be remembered.
Yeah. Charlie gives his information, his knowledge, and shared it with passion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, people can misconstrue passion or anger in some instances.
Right.
I've had that happen to me too if I'm exerting too much passion over something I'm passionate about. It happened to
Yeah,
me.
I can
So
relate.
I've had to back off a little bit and explain myself. But um, that being said, Charlie was positive. He spoke the truth, and I hope that people can share that information and keep the movement going in a
Well, that's
positive
it.
way.
Let's focus on this movement and on the positive of what's coming about from it. Um, this isn't, it's never been a call for violence. It's a call for standing up for your beliefs and having that voice, no longer remaining
Yeah,
silent about your
yeah.
beliefs.
You know, it goes back early in my childhood. You know, my folks and stuff, and my dad would always, you need to stand for what you know and for what you believe, even if it means standing alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever had to stand alone, but I've felt like I've been alone on my beliefs in certain situations. you know.
Right.
But
Depending on the people you're around, certainly.
right, right. But that I think that's being said, stand for what you believe in, if even if it means standing alone,
I agree.
you know.
I agree 100%. Um, I, I myself, and from Padre Havoc and Bones, we would encourage you to focus on the positive that's going on as a result of this, and celebrate the life of Charlie Kirk, continue the legacy, the message that Charlie Kirk shared, and not focus so much on the negative and all the misinformation and false stuff that is coming out to muddy the waters on what's going on. Um, Folks, look at the positive side. Continue with what's going on in the positive. That's the message we need to spread in honor of Charlie Kirk. And there you have it from Padre Havoc and Bones, our opinion.
Exactly. Take all your hopes and dreams and put them in a higher level. You will have positive results. That'll also bring you out of a gloom and doom state. You can focus on that. So stay positive, everybody.